Welcome to the Vision and Purpose podcast, where we dive deep into the lives of incredible people who have made a mark on the world. Join us as we explore the journeys, stories, and passions of individuals who have achieved extraordinary feats, shattered barriers, and inspired us all. And now your host, Dr. Sharon H. Porter. Hello, and welcome to Vision and Purpose Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Sharon H. Porter, and today we are super excited to feature Stellar Award nominee Latrice Pace of the legendary Pace Sisters. Latrice Pace is an amazing singer whose extraordinary talents captivates audiences, hailing from Atlanta's renowned First Family of Gospel. Latrice has been immersed in rich musical heritage from an early age. With her dynamic presence and remarkable vocal range, she has soared to great heights in the music industry. And I am super excited to say welcome to Miss Latrice Pace.
Thank you for having me.
I am super excited. You know, it is Black Music Month, and
yes,
wonderful way to really help celebrate, because all I know from the Pace family is music.
Oh, wow.
So I grew up listening to you all. And I just, it's amazing the talent and the gifts that has been bestowed on you.
So, it's so crazy to hear. I'm sorry. It's so crazy to hear people say that. Like, I grew up listening to you. I'm like, oh my God, how old am I?
Absolutely. I'm telling you, my cousins and I had a little singing group in church, and honey, we were trying to do you justice.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So can you start, by just sharing that beginning? How did the beginning start for you in music and in gospel music?
Before I even knew that I was going to be a part of that legacy, I was just enamored by what I saw from my siblings on a day-to-day basis. And it was surreal, because I think that's why I pretty much know that's why it took for a long time for me to to own what I have. And because they did it so well. They were just excellent. They were flawless, even in the times where they felt like they may have tapped out or was hoarse or tired. They still gave it their all and was just excellent. So it was just an honor to know that I grew up in that, or was born into it, and that I had a semblance of the same thing as well.
I really love that. And with, faith and music, and I just, how has your faith influenced your music and your career?
It's extremely influential in my music and my career, because how can I sing about the God that is all knowing and all powerful and omniscient, and not have faith? That's how can I please him without having faith? That's the only way to please him. And so it's not just about singing lyrics, but it's living the lyrics. When those lyrics hop off the page, when you put that mic down, or when you leave that theater or that church, can you live what you just sang about? So it's very influential. It guides me every day.
Yeah, I definitely can imagine that.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that, you're Stellar Award nominee, and you have new nominations. Can you talk about that? Because that's amazing.
It is so God. When it just seemed like all of a sudden everything started popping off. And to those looking on, they would new to me. They would feel like, oh, this just happened all of a sudden. But this has been years and years in the making. And it's just like God said, all right, now. So it feels amazing knowing that, okay, not that you ever thought it, but his word is not a lie. He will do it suddenly. You just have to keep sowing. You have to keep going. You have to keep believing. You have to allow that faith to kick in and keep you motivated. So it feels amazing to be recognized by God, and also to be recognized by an industry of my peers.
You are a caregiver, and you talk about empowering. caregivers. And listen, I don't think people who's never had to do that, I don't think they understand the toll that it takes on one. Can you share just a little bit about this journey?
It's extremely exhausting. But I had to start and end my days with God. Every morning, and coffee. Every morning it was coffee and Jesus. It was like, God, okay, I need you to strengthen me to do this. And every night it was like, oh, you saw me through. I think it's important for those who are yet in that role. I am not in that full time in that capacity anymore. And the interesting thing is that when I came out of it, it was like, how was that possible? And I look back and realize it was nothing but God. And to try to even think that I could do it again, that's beyond me. It's beyond me. But I would say to those who are in it, realize when help comes and utilize that help. Don't feel guilty for needing that help. And also, those who may be thinking about it, don't feel like your version of caregiving has to be what my version was. You know, you may be financially affluent where you can just send money and to undergird. Don't feel like you have to be there and go full time into it. Be aware of your limitations and be okay with that.
I really, I think that's a good word, because a lot of times it is so people are conflicted with
Yeah,
how to proceed in that, and
yeah,
that's really some good words to take. So thank you for that. Thank you for that.
absolutely. Don't allow people to put anything on you like
That's it.
that's your mama or
That's
that's
it.
your daddy. Yeah, I get that, but
Yes.
I'm gonna send them $1,000 every month, and
Yes.
that's still my caregiving.
Yes.
You
I
know,
love that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Some
absolutely.
some people are afraid to say that.
Don't be. And
I
and
lo-
I say that because it's important that the caregiver that's around those who need the care, your whole essence need to be love, happy, nurturing, and patience. If you cannot embody those things, don't care for nobody because
wow.
they're already feeling bad that they need the care. But if you come in being impatient and not feeling like it, and you got a bad attitude and you just don't want to be there, it's no good for anybody. So that's why I say know your limitations and know what you can do.
I love it. I love it. So in gospel music, all your life, I know that it hasn't been easy. It's gospel music, yes, but surely there's been some challenges that you've had to face. What would you say are some of maybe the biggest challenges that you face in your career, and how did you navigate those challenges?
I would like to say, first of all, life is challenging. And a lot of times we have the misconception that just because I'm in the gospel industry, it should be less challenging. But people are people. And the way that you overcome the challenges is realizing that you yourself is a person as well. And the grace that you would want others to extend to you if you're having a day or if you're having a time or a life or a season, extend that to others. So I don't expect anything different from the gospel industry that I would expect in the theater world or in corporate America or in church, leading praise and worship. People are people, and we all need grace. So remembering the grace that I would want to receive, that's how I overcome all of the challenges in any industry.
I love that. And that's one of the things that I always say is you have to give yourself grace. First
Yes,
of all, you have to do that
yes,
in any aspect of
yes, yeah.
I appreciate that. What, you know, this question, I'm thinking, wow, do you even know what a breakthrough moment you had since you really grew up in this space, in this
Mhm.
greatness, in this, just royal, I'm going to say gospel royalty because that's
Thank
how I
you.
see it.
Thank you.
Was there a defining moment when you all or you specifically said, wow, this is really it?
There was a defining moment. And there are two people I want to thank for that. For really mainly Sean. let me think, three people. It's Sean, my sister Sean, and the other two people would be Tyler Perry and David Talbert. During the early years of Sean's career, when I was like, I don't want anything to do with this, I would travel with her as her road manager / personal assistant. And I was doing the show, I Know I've Been Changed, that Tyler Perry, one of his first shows that broke him when he was he talked about when he was homeless. That show was during that time. And when he really started getting on his feet and started gaining his audience, I was her understudy. And the beginning of that show was the song, I Know I've Been Changed. So one day, Sean had a conflicting date, and I had to go up as her understudy. And I was extremely nervous. The cast was super supportive. They were all lined up backstage in the wings, cheering me on or whatever. And when I opened the show, pitch black house with A flat, I Know I've Been Changed. I can't do it right now because I'm slightly on vocal rest. I'm in New York doing some readings. And to hear the crowd respond to me as if I were Sean, that was my defining moment. Like, this is your place, this is your space, and this is your voice. That was my defining moment.
Wow, that just gave me chills because I put myself in that space. Like you
Yeah.
said, you felt nervous, but you went out there and you gave it your all, and
Yeah.
that audience received that.
Yeah.
That had to be amazing.
Yeah, the fact that Sean, oh, I'm not gonna cry. The fact that she had so much confidence in me as
Yes.
a sister to say, no, this is my sister. She can do what I do and more.
Yes.
And in her way, she never was like, Tracy, do it like this. No, do it like, it was own what you have. So yeah, I'm so
Dude,
grateful for
that's
it.
amazing. I love that. Oh my goodness. Now, are there any memorable performances that you've had? Now, you performed all over. Is there one particular that really was impactful for you?
Yes, playing Celie in The Color Purple. It was an Atlanta production at Actors Express. And playing that role, just the storyline and the message itself about becoming, finding your voice, and owning who you are, and self-love, that I will never forget that ever in my life, because that show allowed me to kick in a level of dietary discipline, vocal discipline, physical discipline, stamina that I didn't even realize I had. So that was a very memorable moment.
Wow, love that.
Yes.
Collaborations. What's your take on collaborating? Do you enjoy collaborating with others?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so even though I'm not new to the gospel industry, I'm new to the solo artist aspect of it. And so my producer Brian Andrews, my cousin, was like, hey, you need to have some collaborations on this project. And I was like, I don't need no collaborations. It's just me and the big three. It's gonna be me and God and just not knowing.
Wow.
And I was just in that space of, I want to do it on my own. But now I see the importance of it. Not that anybody can't do it on their own, but I see the importance of it. And honestly, it may be really interesting, but one of my dream collaborations, it used to be Don Moen and Mary J. Blige, but now it's Glorilla.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Glorilla.
you just put it out
I want
there.
to do a
Yes.
collaboration with Glorilla. I need
I,
somebody to put that out there.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
I
it.
already have the song. I already
Oh
know.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my. So do you write many of the songs?
I wrote all of my songs but one.
Oh my.
But I'm open to, again, collaborating.
Collaboration, exactly. So
Yeah.
what is that songwriting process like? Do you have special techniques? Do you do rituals? Like what do you do? Or does it just come to you?
Inspiration. It's life. Whatever I'm dealing with and going through in life, it inspires what I decide to put to pen, pen to ink, whatever. You know what I'm trying to
Yes,
say.
I know.
And then not just only life inspiration, but going to the Word of God to make sure it's
Yes.
aligned with what the word of God says, because my experience alone is not going to heal, deliver, set free, encourage, motivate, and inspire. But I need to speak those eternal words in connection with what I'm dealing with that'll help others.
Wow. Love it. Do you have a favorite project thus far?
Of mine,
Yes.
probably the very first song that I penned when I decided to say yes, and it's Be Still, Let Go.
Mm,
Because it's saying to everybody, whatever fears or inhibitions you have, be still, quiet yourself, let go of those fears, let go of those doubts, and allow God to work through you.
wow. I love it. I love it. Now, we have so many aspiring gospel artists, and back when you started, things are so different now, all the social media. So people have many avenues that were not really available
Yeah.
to you in the beginning. But what advice or what words of wisdom would you give to those aspiring gospel singers who want to be out there and to really serve God through their music?
Advice about, you're saying pretty much not having that platform, or
Right now they have platforms, right?
okay,
They can get on YouTube, they can get on social media, and that was not available to you. Almost
God,
instantaneously, they can be out there. But
right,
I still think that because you guys, not saying that they're not working for
right,
the notoriety, but you had to put in the work
okay.
because it was not available
I see
to
what you're
you.
saying. Yes, yes. I would say just be consistent, hear God, stay connected to God, his directions, his guidance, because he has the, what I like to say, he has the pulse on the industry. He has the pulse on every industry. He has the pulse on where anything and everything is going. So stay connected to God. Don't get caught up in gimmicks and feeling like I gotta post this, I gotta do this, I gotta say this, I gotta do this, or that one did something. Let me make sure I'm doing this. And don't, that comparison, it will kill you. It will kill your authenticity. It will, and people will see that. But I would say just don't feel like everything has to happen overnight. Or, I posted my album came out a month ago and I'm still struggling, or nobody know about it. This has been years in the making. We
Wow.
recorded this in 2017, and God just now saying, okay, now. So be patient and know that he has not forgotten. He does have a plan. So
Wow.
wait on that plan.
Wait on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, contentment, one of my favorites.
Yes.
Can you can you walk me through the process of that and what did you want listeners to be able to take away after listening to contentment?
Again, being okay with where you are and knowing that God has not forgotten about you. I wrote that song at a time when someone had really done me wrong.
Mhm.
And I mean, it was legit them. They had done me wrong. And I was, and in their wrongdoing towards me, they had gotten a new car. And I was like, somebody told me about it, and I was like, well, praise God. I'm happy for them. And God was like, are you? And I'm
Mm,
like, oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be that fake person. I don't want to be ingenuine. And ever since that moment, I was like, God, okay, I feel I'm hurt because they really did me wrong. And they did me wrong. But help me to genuinely be happy for them, even in this hurt. And throughout the years, he has taught me how to be content and to celebrate others, even if I feel like they don't deserve it. Like, but who are you to feel like somebody don't deserve something? You know? So it's just being content in him, knowing that, all right, you're gonna call my number at any moment, and you're gonna call theirs as well.
yes.
We get caught up in, now, God, I need to see you get them.
Mm,
I want to see them hurt. I want to
right.
see, nah, leave
Woo,
it to him, and you walk out your walk.
that's a word. That
Yeah,
is
I'm
a word.
responsible for how I react.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a word. Yes. Oh my goodness. What do you want your legacy to be? How do you want to be remembered in this gospel music world? What do you want to leave behind?
I want my legacy to be love. And
Mm,
I believe as a believer, that should be the legacy that we leave behind. Because if we do all of these great things and we can't love one another, nothing else even mattered. So the message of Christ was love. I want my legacy to be love.
love it. Love. Oh my. So, Latrice, you have to tell us your upcoming projects. What are you working on now? Tell us about your latest project. All the great things that my audience need to know about Latrice Pace.
Absolutely. I'm getting ready to embark on another show in Atlanta called Hairspray. It's a popular show, but we're doing it in Atlanta. Hairspray. So I'm excited about that. As well as gearing up to release the next single. So I'm not quite sure. I got an idea what the next one would be, but we're just preparing for that.
Now, I love that because, when you're doing what you want to do, you're doing all because this is what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
This is your space.
Yes.
And I love that. And
Thank
so
you.
when you travel all over the country, and you get to do what it is that you want to do, there has to
Mhm.
be a grateful spirit there,
Absolutely.
because so many people desire to do what they feel their passion is saying to do. It's a mighty act that you're able to do that,
Yes. I
and
live
we're
in a
blessed because of it.
Yes, I live in a space of gratitude because of that. If I feel like I'm tired or whatever, it's like, I can't even focus on that because I'm doing what I love to do and God is allowing it to sustain me. So
Yes,
in that, I try to stay
yes.
in a space of gratitude.
I love that. Is there anything, if you look back over the years, is there anything that you would have done differently?
Absolutely not.
Wow, I love that.
Nothing. Because
Ooh,
where
that's deep right there. Yes.
Yeah, because even if we go back and change something, we would get a different outcome. And because I trust God, the outcome that I'm experiencing right now is the outcome He intended. So I'm at peace with that, with every decision. Yeah,
Um,
that's you know what? If anything, I would have gotten the message of loving everybody no matter what a
mm,
little earlier.
okay.
But yeah, I'm good with
You
knowing
good. I love it.
the
I
outcome he intended.
love this. Oh my goodness. So, contact information, ways people can purchase your music, see you on screen, on theater, wherever. How can people stay connected to all things Latrice Pace?
LatricePace.com. It'll take you to all of my social media platforms as well as to my merchandise store. So yeah,
Awesome. I love it. Latrice, this has been an amazing experience. I want to say congratulations on all your achievements and everything that is to come.
thank
You
you.
have been a blessing to me. Your voice is remarkable, and I just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much for this.
Absolutely. And to our viewers and listeners, we thank you for joining us on this journey to explore the depths of our guest vision and purpose. Your vision is the compass guiding you through life, and your passion is the fuel that propels you forward. Keep dreaming, keep believing, and keep pursuing your purpose. Every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of that purpose. I am your host, Dr. Sharon H. Porter, and until next time, live life with vision and purpose. Thank you for joining another episode of Vision and Purpose Podcast. Please share, like, and subscribe. Please join us every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.